Yesterday, we took the extremely difficult decision to reach out to the government and ask them for some assistance in helping to stem the rising coronavirus cases here in Hartlepool. It's clear from the data that approximately 80% of new cases are being transmitted from household visits. So, the only ask of us to the government was for some assistance in that. We made a clear request to have household visiting restricted for the time being until we were able to get this under control. Our sincere hope, by being proactive and engaging with the government in this way, was that we would be able to help shape the restrictions and any assistance they were able to give us around that. And indeed, that was a message that was passed on to us. As I went to bed last night, the clear message back from the government was that nothing would be imposed on us until we'd given them clear written notice to say that we were happy with what was being proposed. And that's what we were working on this morning when the news broke that actually much tighter and draconian measures had been imposed on us here in Hartlepool. What's extremely disappointing is that our ask to the government was simple. We wanted to keep the message simple. We knew where the problem lay, and that was with household transmissions. What's come back from the government is a banning on household visits, but also visiting any social setting with anybody you know as well. And so that means now you can't go to the pub, you can't go to a cafe, or you can't go to a restaurant with anyone you want. And we feel that this is incredibly counterproductive. We think it'll have a detrimental effect on people's mental health, and it will have a devastating impact on our local economy, and it'll have terrible consequences for people's jobs as well. We are working with the government and we're reaching out to them in any way we can to try and get them to reverse this decision. What's disappointing is that I'm sat here today having to share my frustration and reassure people that we're doing all that we can to have this restriction imposed on us lifted that we didn't want. What I should have been doing today is speaking to you about what the actual problem was, and that's with household visiting. Unfortunately, that message is being lost in all of this. It's really important, if we want to get back to any sense of normality, that we're able to bring cases here in Hartlepool under control. And for the time being, I'm asking you, please, don't go visiting other people's households. We need to get things under control because I, like many of you, want and sincerely hope to have some kind of normal Christmas. And if we can get things under control now, I really hope we can do that.